Good morning, my K-Sesians. Welcome to the kickoff of this bomb-ass month of February and the new schedule of how we're doing things over here. I'm loving this new schedule. You guys know when to find me, what I'm doing, and different stuff like that. So you can tune in, you know, in the different areas of interest of things that I offer. So I'm really excited about this dope schedule. Guys, welcome. All right. If you don't know me and you're new to the channel, my name is K Says. The channel is called K Says the Oracle, and my tagline is your favorite psychic code, period. So, guys, today I really want to get into where my tarot journey began and and how you can take your interests, your curiosity into tarot and make it your own. Okay. And what do I mean by that? So basically, where it happened for me is simply it was a calling, like when I turned 30 to get my first deck of tarot cards. A lot of people that follow the channel have heard me say this before, but this is, maybe for new people that aren't familiar with the case as the Oracle way. But yeah, so when I turned 30, I'm 34 now. When I turned 30, something was like, get this deck of cards. This particular deck that I'm talking about is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Okay. I like this deck so much because, like, when I used to work at Enterprise and this girl used to give me readings with this deck. Okay. I like this deck because, like, yes, it gave you warnings. It let you know about stuff that resonated with you, but it wasn't nothing that was like too harsh as far as like news. I feel like initially when people get into tarot, they feel like, well, I don't know if I'm ready to see bad news or see warnings or see the negative aspects of, like, maybe somebody's energy. Okay. But we can't shy away from that. You know what I mean? But I feel like when you first start, it's fine to shy away from that because all of that could be overwhelming. So I feel like I feel like this was a good gateway of how I started into tarot and my tarot journey. I really love this deck. This deck is by Doreen Virtue. This lady actually has stopped making cards. So if you find her cards, then a lot of them are like um what's the word? They're a little bit more pricey. Like, I linked in the description box, not the link on Amazon, but I know you can find them on Amazon. I just looked it up, but it's like $52, I believe, is what I put in there for this deck. And I believe when I got it, it maybe was like $20. Okay. Let me shout out the people that pulled up to watch me. So I have Jasmine Sky, I have King K, and I have My Organics and Melanated Not Duplicated. What's up? I appreciate you guys for watching. So yeah. So this is what it looks like when you open the box. When you open the box, this is what it looks like. I really love that artwork on the front. And then it comes with this booklet. The booklet is pretty thick. Pretty thick. And then here's the back. Let me let you see that too. Here is the back of and the inside. Let me go ahead and close that and put that back up right here. So yeah, guys, you're not seeing my face today because it's really all about the card. So it's no need to see my face, but yeah. So I like this. Let's start with the book. I like the book that it comes with. Because simply, like, let me just pick one. So at the top, like, when you get the book, like, it tells you a quick synopsis of, like, the name, the goddess, like the overall energy that goddess brings, and then like a quote that would kind of sum up that goddess, and then it gets into who that goddess is, how it can connect to you. Then right here, it gives you like the various meanings of the cards. Did y'all see that? And then it gets into more about the goddess right here. Very dope stuff. Like, it's very easy and user friendly. Okay. Also, the cards come in out of like alphabetical order in the book, which I love. This book and this deck has gave me some really powerful messages, not only for myself but for other people. Really, really, really dope. Super dope. It's very well crafted, very well put together. Very easy to navigate too. So that's the book that it comes with. And like I said, like it's pretty thick. Like it's pretty thick. So let's get into the cards. So here is the front of the cards. Very pretty. They look definitely like like sacred. You know what I mean? Like that's what drew me really to when I got it. And then like the sides are gilded. Like, isn't that dope? So let's just go through some cards. Because like they're all in like these pastel colors. Okay. Let's go through some cards. So we have this Mother Mary card. Expect a miracle. And that has several meanings. We got this one, the Rhiannon, Sorceress. I just want to show you guys some imagery. This is Brigitte. And all of these are like goddesses or women that's like documented in history. The High Priestess. Yes, the front of the deck does have a card inside. We got Artemis, Guardian. We're just going through some cards so you guys can get a feel of what's in the deck. Maeve, which is Cycles and Rhythms. And it's crazy. Like, I think this deck is really dope to get when you're first starting out because you can pull this deck. Like, you can use this deck on like yourself, like every day. You know what I mean? And you can also use it on like friends and family. And like, it kind of helps you get more comfortable with your gift and just like with your intuition. It's like, you know what I mean? Like also when you're riding a bike, like you're starting off with like your training wheels and you're only like in the driveway maybe, and then you go further down the street, you know? So this is a good like gateway and a good opening to starting your tarot journey. Because this is all about intuition. This is all about connecting to the imagery and the cards. Because every time like I look at the cards, I may see something different than I didn't notice. You know what I mean? Like I could be paying attention to like maybe what she's doing with her hands and like the instrument of it all, when maybe I never looked at like her foot on this lotus or something like stepping into a new beginning or stepping into a rebirth. So it's different ways to look at the card based off the imagery. So when you get a new deck, what you want to do is kind of go through and look at the different cards and look at the different imagery and really scan it and try to connect with it. Try to figure out what's the story that goes with the illustration. That kind of helps with the emotion when you're also reading someone. But like I said, you'll also be just drawn into different things in the imagery when you're reading someone and when you're reading yourself. I just want to show you guys what the deck look like. We're just going to go through all the cards so you can see. Because they don't really do this like when you go look at it on Amazon. Like somebody may lay them out and take like a picture of like all the cards. But you know what I mean? Like they're not like up close or anything. But yeah, so definitely wanted to do that for people that are interested in this deck. I would definitely say get it. This deck is really dope. Really dope. This is a good way to start. Even though the price point for it is about around $50 something, I feel like it's worth it. Like I'm gonna always have this deck, and it's gonna always be useful. Useful. It's gonna always be useful. And I just love the imagery. Like the imagery in it is different in like every card. It's profound. The imagery matches up with the goddess and also the meanings that come in the book as well. Sometimes when like you first start out, when you're just like, look at this imagery. This imagery is very busy. And when you first start out and you're just like reading like yourself, usually is where people start, right? Reading yourself. And you're going to always be drawn to what you need to see first. So like if I got this card, Ma'at fairness, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Like looking at it, I feel like I've never even looked at these pictures of maybe hieroglyphics down here at the bottom. And I think that depicts maybe the scene of maybe, I thought it was maybe the scene like where you go and get your heart weighed, but no, it's something different. But I never even looked at this. You see what I'm saying? Like like your eyes draw to where they need to go. Like it's so many things in here. It's so busy. You could have been like looking at these flowers, like or whatever, what the meaning behind these flowers are. So go with your intuition. Like let's say you pulled this card for yourself and you're drawn to maybe like these flowers. You're like, damn, let me maybe look up like maybe what that flower might be. And you never know maybe how that message could connect. And then since you know that, it's like it connects to you like when you're reading other people and like you'll always have something to add to the card. Like you're not, it's no way for you to know everything that a card has to say. Okay. That's a good way to put it. Tarot is a journey. Like I'm still learning different stuff, just like I just said. Like I never even paid attention to this, and I've had this deck for 4 years. So it's always a journey. It's nobody's going to know everything when they first start out. Okay. Pace yourself and just keep adding to your wheelhouse, to the information, to different meanings of the card. I mean, and that's why you also have the book, because, and it's no shame in using the book, because again, it's no way out of all these cards with my life and everything else for me to know everything that the card invokes, you know what I mean? Like you can always go with your initial feeling, but like I said in the book, they have other meanings. There's no way for you to know all of that. It's all right to use the book, okay? Because eventually you will start to remember it more and more the more often you use it. So one day at a time, guys. One day at a time. One day at a time. So yeah, just steady going through the cards, showing you the imagery. This is like one of my favorite cards, of course, because it's prosperity, but I just love the imagery. Like if I could get that in some artwork, I'd love that. Really dope. Really dope. And then they got different ones. Like I didn't think that they would have Yemaya in here, which is the African Orisha. Never would have thought that. And boom. So it's like it expands over ethnicities and different. It has like whites, black, Indian, and Chinese goddesses in here. Like Hindu, all type, you know? So everyone is represented. That's why I love this deck. Like Egyptian, it's all here. It's all here. I really love this one too. Like this is super powerful. I love when people get this. That's a really powerful card. Some people may be in the chat that may have gotten that card before. I love this one too. Sekhmet. Really dope. Another one of my favorites right here is Aphrodite. Love this deck. Love this card. That's like a lot going on too. Like, look at that card. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. Like, that's what I'm saying. So get lost in that illustration. Meditate on that. Try to figure out like maybe what's the story, because then it'll help you connect better with the card, like when you're reading for both yourself and other people. Okay. Dope tip right there. So yeah, guys, also, since this is new, if you guys are really coming, or when people come for this broadcast with the Learning Tarot, make sure you bring like your notebook, a pen, or something like that. So if I do drop a helpful tip that you want to remember, make sure you can write it down. Yeah, you can always go back to the video, but if you want to continue the journey and tune in, definitely like bring like a pen and paper, like a little Learning Tarot book maybe, and then you can keep all like the tips and gems that I drop in your book. So guys, I really love this deck. How do you guys feel about this? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about this deck, what you've seen so far, how you've seen me use it on the channel, like what I've told you about it, the construction of it? How do you guys feel about this deck? 1 out of 10. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. What's up, Yanni B? What's up, my Shay? Good morning. Good morning. Wisdom said, I've been trying to learn tarot, so I love how you're now dropping gems on tarot. Right. And I try to be like user friendly. Like some people have been doing it so long, and it's like when you tap into their channel, you kind of feel overwhelmed. And like over here, I've tried to be like more basics, learner friendly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hiding my process. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hiding when I say I go to the book, or because it's all different for everybody's gift. You know what I mean? Like some people, look off at a card and just be like, blah, 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 blah. That's them. But don't be intimidated that that's not you. That's them. You know what I mean? Like you have to stick with what works for you in your journey and take it one day at a time. Remember, your journey is your journey. Okay. So, what works for them is what works for them. So kind of put your blinders on when it comes to that, and you learn in tarot as well. You're going to find what works for you. It may be similar to maybe my style. It may be similar to somebody else's style, but just make sure that you're sticking to what's true to you and what feels comfortable. Okay. But definitely this deck is the best deck that I can tell you guys to get when you're first starting off. I would never say maybe get the Rider-Waite deck when you first start off. This deck is like, way more cards. The imagery is way more complicated. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole thick book that I use right here just for everything that's in, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot. And that's even that book is still not going to tell you everything for this deck. So definitely don't start off with the Rider-Waite. Okay. That's a little bit advanced. This deck is going to be your best bet because, again, you're going to be comfortable reading yourself with this deck, which is what you're trying to hone in on, your own intuition powers, okay? So this deck is going to help you do that, hone in on your own intuition powers, and also you'll get different questions like that is what you would ask yourself, like real quick. I'm going to go through it and be like, so angels, ancestors, tell me what I need to know out of the deck. Now, that's a lot of cards, okay? So we're not going to do all that. But let me get like 3. Let me get 3. And it's, oh, shoot, flew out. And it's fine to ask for what you need. I guess they got mad that I didn't pull all them other cards out. So they like went hell threw that card out so fast. Threw that. Yeah, listen, I'm finna. What else do I need to know? What else? What messages do you have for me, angels and ancestors? What messages do you have for me? That's another dope question. What messages do you have for me? What messages do you have for me? Okay, good way to start off. Okay, so let's go through like what come out. So you would normally do, I hope you guys can see. And that's why you're not seeing my face today, because it's all about the cards and I want you guys to really see. But this is like how I would set it up. Like I have my 3 cards, like, and then I have my bottom of the deck card right here. So what came out and that they threw out at me is this Mother Mary card. Okay. Yeah, we was just talking about this, right? And now it's back out for me. It says, expect a miracle, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Really dope energy. If it was just like about for somebody else, I feel like definitely this is telling me that the angels and ancestors are opening a doorway for a new journey. It may involve motherhood. It may involve birthing a new project. It may involve you starting your motherhood journey. And this is just the energies condoning starting a motherhood journey, which I actually am doing. Okay. I feel like I have got to a point where I'm accepting maybe wanting a child and being a mother and all that stuff and the sacrifices and, getting your body ready and getting your womb ready and femininity and all of that. So it's interesting that this came out for me. Okay. And then again, so I read the quote that came like on the deck and like, yeah, I can intuitively pick up on stuff that the card is not saying other than what's listed here. So go to the book, you know? Let's go to the book. Let's go to the book. So I'm going to read this whole thing actually, because we're learning tarot, especially we're learning this deck right here. So it says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. The quote that's on the card will always be right here, okay? And then it goes in and it tells us like a message from this energy, right? Which is Mother Mary. It says, faith is the light that illuminates your pathway. Without faith, the future looks very frightening. That's why it's essential for you to take whatever steps are necessary to keep your mind and heart filled with faith. Please don't give up hope on yourself or other people. Keep the candle of faith burning within your soul, as that one small inkling of hope can eradicate the darkness of despair. Be the light that eliminates someone else's gloomy hopelessness as well. For as you make others stronger, it strengthens not only yourself, but the entire world. I'm getting chills because this definitely aligns with my energy right now where I'm at on my journey. Dope message, very powerful. Wow, you know, I'm taken aback truly. Then it says, it goes on into the various meanings of the card down here at the bottom. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if the lighting is a little weird. It says, let go of worrisome thoughts is what this card could also mean. Let me hold it up too. It says, let go of worry, can't even get it out. Let go of worrisome thoughts. Keep your thoughts positive, which we all, I know me, I have a trouble doing sometimes, staying positive. Like overall, yeah, I'm positive, but sometimes like we're just like, man, things never happen for me, or this never, like it always starts out good and always goes on, like you don't get your hopes up. Like I can be my own worst enemy, like we all can, right? So this is just when it's in the past position, it's like letting you know, like, hey, what you've been working on, what you've already done, maybe what you've already accomplished. It's always like a heads up from the angels, like, boom, I'm acknowledging the energies that are above you, angels, ancestors, God, acknowledging that you're on this journey, you are in this energy, you have accepted this, you're working on it, worked on it, because it's in the past, right? The first card that comes out is always the past. The middle card is the present, and the last card is the future. The bottom of the deck is the overall energy, also like a thesis. Okay. So the next energy it says, or message it says about this card is, notice and follow any divine guidance that you may receive. This is also a sign to pray more, or pray, or engage in spiritual healing. Okay. It goes on to tell me more about Mother Mary right here. If you want to know exactly more about that energy that's giving you this message, it says about Mother Mary. It says she's the beloved mother of Christ, who's known as the Queen of the Angels for her ongoing and miraculous healing work. Mary works closely with anyone who is a child advocate, a teacher, or healer. She loves children and is devoted to making the world a safe and happy place for them. If you'd like to help children, ask Mother Mary for a divine assignment. So very dope energy. Like I'm getting chills reading it. Like these messages are definitely for me. It's definitely resonating. And that's another thing also, when you're reading energy on yourself, you'll notice some type of confirmation energy, like albeit like for me, if you watch me, then it's chills. It could be tingles. It could be a noise. You just have to really be open and pay attention to how your confirmation signs come to you. Okay. But yeah, then we're moving on to Una for me. And it says, there is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Easy does it. Dope energy. Like I'm really actually glad I pulled these messages on myself. I hope you guys can see this imagery. She has like that flower, that flowing hair, that rainbow, the sunshine. Like immediately, like when you look at the imagery, I'm just seeing light. If I'm looking at all the cards, I'm seeing a lot of light. I'm seeing a lot of ethereal energy. Of course, this is all ethereal because it's goddesses, but I'm seeing a lot of light and like etherealness and femininity. Definitely. And you guys know I've been working on that and I'm trying, right? Shauna Rose said, I saw you using that Anthony Lewis book and I bought it. No, girly, I'm glad you did because I was watching that one lady, what is her name? Tracy Brown. Tracy Brown. I watched a lot of various people, but you don't want to also get mixed up with watching people and then get tainted with your own natural who you are. You know what I mean? It's fine to watch them and gather information, but be careful not to emulate, okay? But back to this. So it says, there is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So let's find Una in the book. And like I said, this is all in alphabetical order. So that helps a lot. Okay. They even tell you how to pronounce their names if you don't know. So yeah, when I first got this, I was like, who? But yeah, it's Una. Una. Okay, so it says, message from Una. It says, nurturing a cause or a relationship is a long-term commitment, as we know, and one that can't be rushed. Okay, and sometimes I tend to rush things. So this is very much for me. It says, this level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much that I'm willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me, it's the only way to ensure that matters are resolved and healed. I listen to the passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action to let my loved ones know that I deeply care about them. I take action to spur on my pets' causes as well. Never mind what people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you make time for the relationships and projects that truly count, which is what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted to slow things down and go back to like helping people learn because like I was, I found all this out on my own. And yeah, it would have been dope to maybe like it's videos for everything on YouTube, but it's all about connecting to somebody's energy. You know what I mean? Like I feel, you're not going to resonate with everybody, basically. So I definitely wanted to, help people on their journey with this. Okay, so this is really dope. It's definitely hitting home. Very true. Hold on, what's this sentence? What was it saying? It says, you'll feel so good about yourself if you make time for the relationships and projects that truly count in your heart. Do what's important to you and do it with absolute devotion. But remember that there's no competition for your true life's purpose. So there's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you have to force things to happen. I'm getting chills again. Very dope because yes, that message is totally for me. And that once again, you always have to remember that nobody can be you. Only you can be you. Like you're gonna go wrong trying to be somebody else. You know what I mean? Like you really have to take time to figure out who you are, what you like, what resonates to you, what's important to you, what do you care about? Like it's so many. The world right now is very much based off being influenced and mimicking other people, energy, styles, patterns, cadences, whatever, you know what I mean? And it's not more about finding who you are as a person and being that individual. What makes you unique from another person? Nobody can never be you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can always be somebody else and mimic that energy, right? But even when you mimic it, you still can't be them. So why waste your time in that fruitless journey when you could just rather be you and enhance who you are as a person and hone in on what makes you unique? And then therefore people will be drawn to you for your uniqueness. You know what I mean? Boom, right? Okay, so then the various meanings of this Una card. Let's see. So it says, don't worry about your purpose or your goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow, steady progress is best right now. ease into your new life instead of rushing into it, which I tend to like to rush into things because I'm like, if it feels so good, I just want it before I feel like it's fleeting. And now it's like, now I'm chasing it. You know what I mean? Like, so I understand why I got this message and yeah, what I need to do. And I have to continue to control that and notice that within myself and direct the energy in a more positive way. It says also do your new work as a part-time venture to begin with while slowly exiting your old career. Very true, because a lot of changes are happening for me right now, and we'll get into that another day. But this card very much resonates with me in my present energy right now. It's really crazy, really dope what came out. Wow. And I always get like re-speechless. I never just kind of get to a point where I'm never not in awe. You know what I mean? Like I think you guys, if you watch me, I'm like always like I be freaked out by my own gifts sometimes. Like especially when like you guys do like the medium stuff with me, and like I've like called in a couple, like you guys as family members, or if you did a personal reading with me, like I'm always get like freaked out, like damn, when especially when it's accurate. Sometimes it can't be, but I can't lie about what I see. You know what I mean? So anyway, then it goes in to talk about a little about who Una is. She's actually a Celtic goddess. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about what it says here. It says the Celtic goddess Una is married to Fionn Fionhar listen. I don't know. The leader of the Irish Tuatha Dianis. Una is Una and her clan were some of the original inhabitants of Ireland. When the Gaels invaded their land, the Tuathas didn't run or fight back. Instead, they transformed themselves into leprechauns. Their ingenious solution allowed them to stay in Ireland in peace. Call upon Una for help with your own transitions, and she'll guide you in creative and magical ways. It's dope that you read all of the energy of the card, because if you really look at it, you don't really realize maybe why this rainbow is here. Why is this dove here? Because it's talking about transformation, transitioning, leaving one thing that no longer serves you for something else, also like a sacrifice, but letting you also know not only is this transition divine, but it's for your highest good and abundant in many ways. Okay. All these colors could represent chakras and being in balance and being in line. So once again, guys, read all the information when you get this deck in the book. It's all important. If it's there, it's important. Don't skim over it. Okay. Deep. All right. So then we have Dana, High Priestess energy. Okay. High Priestess energy. Before we get into that, let me go to what somebody's talking about in the chat. What's up, Nicole E. Smith? What's up, Nicole Settles? Gang. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, guys. You're so sweet. Shauna says, I'm learning a lot now. And with tarot, we're continuously learning something new. Right. And that's why I love that, because because it's life, right? In life, you're never truly gonna know everything. You know what I mean? You're always learning something new. And if you get to a point where you feel like you know every fucking thing, you're dead. You're fucking dead, because it's always something new. There's always a cycle ending and beginning. And the more you embrace that, the further you'd be with peace in life, because nothing is going to stay the same. Nothing. So whenever you have something that you enjoy, really appreciate it. Enjoy it. Let that person know. You know what I mean? Because it's fleeting. It's something is always going to end and begin again. So there's another jewel there. But to Dana, hold on. Did I see other messages? What's up? Yes, it's me. What's up? What's up, Jasmine Sky? Yeah. Okay, so Dana, let's go to her. And I'm only gonna be on here for like what? Oh, I said 30 minutes, and look at me, it's 34. So let me wrap this up after I go through these energies, and then I'm out of here. Wanted to keep it simple. I don't want to inundate people with information to where it's it's a lot. I just want to give you enough for you to think about, you know what I mean, and ponder and learn something, and Just enough. I don't want it to be too drawn out. So High Priestess energy. Okay. Very dope card because it's the imagery on the whole deck right here. Should probably put that right here. This is the imagery on the deck. So this message has to be powerful. It says you have divine knowledge that can help others through their spiritual teaching. Is that not what I'm doing right now? Is that not what I'm You guys saw me shuffle. I can't make this up. Like, that's why I love what I do. I really do. And thank you guys for joining me on this journey. You guys are, like I say, when y'all heard me say I appreciate y'all so much, I really mean that. Like, I just don't be throwing that shit out. Like, I really appreciate it. But it says a message from Dana. It says your wisdom extends back into the far reaches of ancient time. You've brought this knowledge forward into your present incarnation to be a way shower so that others can benefit from your experiences. Don't delay in expressing this wisdom. I just got chills. I will assist you in manifesting platforms for your spiritual teaching, whether it's through teaching by example or through writing or speaking. All forms of teaching are equally valuable, no matter how many lives you touch, which is essentially why I started my YouTube channel. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is a janky ass platform, but I've helped a lot of people. I've touched a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people change their perception, their perspective. And truly, that's really all I've ever strived for since I was little, was to simply help, like, because I remember times where no one helped me. Like, I was alone a lot. No one helped me. And I wished and I prayed to God that somebody helped me, and a lot of times that those people didn't come, and I had to learn it on my own. So I tried to be the change that I want to see in the world, which is to be helpful, help people. But yeah, it says the various meanings of the card. It says lead workshops, which is kind of what we're doing right now, right? Write books or articles, which I'd love to do. It says look for opportunities to teach. It says be a role model for peace, which I, definitely am, right? Honor my divinity, which I definitely do. It says, and I can do more of that, right? It says know that you are a leader, which I feel like I've shied away from. So it's telling me essentially to step into my leadership role. Don't shy away from my divinity, my gifts, my wisdom, my knowledge. I need to lean into what makes me me and makes me unique. As we all are human, we're going to struggle with not a jealousy and envy, but just like seeing somebody else's energy and be like, dang, I wish that, you know what I mean? But no, just congratulate them on where they are. You know what I mean? Drop some love, send some love and light. You know what I mean? Don't send negativity in, inadvertently either. You know what I mean? Like, damn, let me get that in check. That I see something that I like in that person. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to see how I can, use that my way. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to necessarily use it their way per se. You know what I mean? You want to take it and use it in the best way for you, right? Dope message. Okay, I'm feeling real good. Okay, spirit, come through. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all telling me exactly what I needed to see, what I needed to know. Then listen, the overall energy, bottom of the deck is going to always be the thesis of the energy of the past, present, future spreads. There's different spreads, but this is like the most basic spread when you're doing the cards. Like when you're shuffling or reading cards, you always want to, like, this is the most basic spread, the past, present, future, bottom of the deck energy. That's how I like it. People are going to find their own way, but this is like the best basic layout that you could do, which is past, present, future, bottom of the deck energy, which is the thesis of the overall energy of what's come out. So basically, this overall energy will encompass all three of these energies and the messages. Okay. So we got another Mary Magdalene. Okay. Another Mary energy. Okay. Mother energy, feminine energy, nurturing energy, which is what I am as a Cancer. And I have to lean into my nurturing capabilities. I shouldn't shy away from that. Right. I think that's what they're also trying to tell me. But the card says unconditional love. It says love yourself, others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. It's crazy that they got this because I just was on the fence about accepting a lash client back that I felt like gave me weird energy. And I have to realize that I cannot throw people away. Conversations need to be had, need to be rehashed. And maybe the energy, what it was then, isn't the energy now. People you have to give people time to change and, come about, so don't throw people away. You can distance from yourself from them, create boundaries, right? But at the very least, try not to throw people away, which is a lesson I'm trying to learn that I want to also, pass on to y'all because somebody needed to hear that. But let's go to that in here in the book, Mary Magdalene. These are really heavy energies today that they're giving me, so I'm appreciative. It says, message from Mary Magdalene. It says, I'm not what most people think. Yet to defend myself would be to sink into a lower level than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine, just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work with the level of higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done. I just got chills. And I urge you, which is me, to do the same. Where you dwell, which is you. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. Damn. Like guys, before I even got on here, I was talking to my ex about this and what should I do? And he was like, girl, you should really just make the money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let them come in. I'm like, damn, okay, I probably should. So it's crazy that I got this, so woo, spirit makes no mistakes. Okay. So various meanings of this card. Like if you haven't already got a meaning when you already read that or connected with that, or just looked at the card and connected with the imagery, the message, the goddess, you know what I mean? The tagline, then here are some additional messages this card could mean. The card could also mean don't worry what other people think or say, which I can tend to get into because I'm human, right? And it says heal this situation with love, which is the situation I'm talking about with the last client. It says send love to those who have hurt you or misjudged you. Boom. So yeah, don't send them hate. Don't send them darkness, negativity. Send them love, compassion, that their heart will soften, their perception will change and be like empathetic. Like, you know what? I can see how what I done would have hurt Kay. You know what I mean? So actually let me go and apologize. You know what I mean? But that happened not only and solely because I sent them love and compassion or whatever, but it helps rather than sending somebody negativity, right? It helps you and your energy. You don't get anything out of sending somebody else negativity. Have I done that before? Yes, because I'm human, right? And I can be petty. I can admit that. Was it the right thing to do? Probably not, So let me keep going. It says, forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, right? We can definitely have a lot of guilt always about shit that we feel like we should have done. Shit, you know what I mean? Like I can have regret for my past shit, but I don't. I'm acknowledging that I did that. And I'm acknowledging that I could have done that better. And I'm acknowledging that in the future, when I'm met with that energy, I will choose a better solution than what I chose in the past. Then it says, release old unforgiveness towards others to help yourself heal and move on. Period. Because when you hold on to shit, right? Not only do you energetically weigh yourself down, you know what I mean? Like physically, like you don't see yourself being weighed down, really, right? But energetically you are. And if your energy is weighed down and held off, then physically it's going to, it's going to come out there too. It's going to show up there. It's going to show up in the people around you. They're like, it's going to show up. So being light and being like that Erykah Badu Bag Lady song is real. Let that shit go, man. Let that shit go. Which is sometimes easier said than done, but I'm learning that, and the more I let stuff go and I'll harbor on shit, the more positivity comes to me, the more my mood is stably happy. You know what I mean? Instead of just experiencing happiness in like, sharp intervals. You know what I mean? It's more like a stability of peace of mind, of happiness, right? Satiation. So it says about Mary Magdalene, it says, although the Gospels never specifically call Mary Magdalene a prostitute or a sinner, she's been called one by misogynists. Mary Magdalene nonetheless overlooks these false judgments, is unconditionally forgiving, and has a beautiful, sweet energy. Oh my God, this is perfect. Oh my God, this is just really all falling in. It says her significant role with Jesus as described in the Gospels, include her washing his feet, witnessing his death, and being one of the first people to whom he appeared after his resurrection. Controversies about other roles she may have played include Christ's bride, a temple priestess, or a disciple. Call upon her to help with forgiveness and opening your heart for more love. So, what this means essentially is that even if you don't believe wholeheartedly in every word that the Bible says, which is me, I don't believe you know what I mean? I can't believe everything, but it's just still stuff that makes sense. Nothing new is under the sun. If it makes sense, I'm sticking with it. Okay. What makes sense is if in this story, if you just look at it like a story, then she's a perfect example for what unconditional love would be. So no matter how going through a city or town, people judged you, who you were, you know what I mean? They didn't know you. And all you can do is instead of sending them people hate that they sent you, you send them love. Period. So dope. Okay, guys. Love those messages for myself. That was super dope. I want to stick to the time frame though. I'm already pushing really pushing almost an hour. But let me go to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Somebody asked me a question. They said, Wisdom says, how do you know when to stop shuffling? You know what? I simply just shuffle until like the card come out. Like boom, that card come out, which is Athena, inner wisdom. That goes for me, right? I just keep, I'm just shuffling. You'll know when to stop internally. Like, and then Una just came back out. Like, you'll know when to stop. Boom. Guinevere, true love. So you'll know when to stop. Bottom of the deck, Lakshmi, bright future. You'll know when to stop. You'll always know when to stop. The cards, like, they just do that. Like, you just watch me shuffle. I didn't necessarily intentionally stopped. I just submitted to the energies and I stopped. You know what I mean? Don't overthink it. This is all about energy. Okay. Don't overthink it. Go with the energy. Be in that energy. Don't overthink it. What else? Lene says, I shuffle until spirit presents the cards as well. Right, exactly. And then sometimes when I'm shuffling and nothing comes out, then this is the wrong deck for me to be using. I'm like, boom, let me use another deck. And then I'll be drawn to what deck I need to use. Comes out like Una just came back out again. Y'all just seen it. Like if I'm shuffling and nothing comes out, then I'm like, okay, I shouldn't be using this deck. Or maybe if I just stop and pause and listen to my intuition, the message is already within me. Because really, when you do tarot and like all the messages y'all just seen me pull for myself, it's not that I didn't know that, but it was confirmation of energies, okay, of thought forms, or you know what I mean, an acknowledgement by spirit, so. Let me see what else. Is there any more questions before I get up out of here? Lene said, I know some people pick their cards themselves, whatever you feel led to do. Right. Like some people, like I know Tracy, she always like spreads her cards like out, like all the way out. Like, cause I mean, I have like limited space right here, but she like spreads them all out. Like, and then just like go through and just like randomly randomly picks a card. And that works too, because usually when even when you do that, it's still a resonating message. Like, let me see. I got golden opportunity. Yemeya. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. That resonates. Bold. Freya. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks. Be daring. Resonates. Irene. Peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully, which goes and piggybacks on what I had already pulled out for myself. Do you see what I'm saying? It's no right or wrong way to do it. Some people just, some people like, let me see, like some people are like shuffle with their cards like this. You know what I mean? Like, I know when I first started out, I think I shuffled these nails. I think I shuffled like that. I think I also like split the deck into like 3. And then I just, like, you can also just pick the top card. Prosperity. I just told y'all this is like one of the dope cards I picked out when we was talking about it. It says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Resonates as well. So there's no wrong or right way to do it. The message will find you. Okay. Well, I appreciate that you appreciate me doing this live. Guys, I'm really trying to work on being a better adult, a better teacher, healer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just really trying to polish and refine my gifts, my talents, and stuff like that. So, guys, I appreciate you once again for being a part of my journey. I don't even understand how much I appreciate when you all show up. Like, y'all don't even know all the energy, the love and light y'all send me. Like, y'all, like, it's greatly appreciated. Okay, I don't want to get too emotional, but it's greatly appreciated, guys. This is the first installment. I hope you learned something today. So next time, next Tuesday, make sure that bring your pen, your paper, and we'll, you know, learn something new in the tarot journey again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Also tonight, if you looked at the itinerary, we are doing a true crime cold case tonight at 9. So if you have any ideas and maybe some cold cases you want me to look into, then definitely drop those in the description box. No, in the comment section on this video as well. And definitely I'm going to talk about that Lauren Fields and Matt LaFontaine case, because I didn't get to discuss it live because I was blocked on YouTube, but that's another story. So definitely I'm going to bring that up tonight. And then again, if there's another cold true crime case that you would like me to bring up tonight, I'm open to suggestions because I don't have anybody in mind right now. I'd love to hear from you. So leave that in the comment section in this video. Guys, once again, I appreciate you for showing up. Like I always say, seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. And if you haven't had enough, then check me out at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time today. And we're going to rehash a true crime story, cold case. And we're going to see if we can solve it tonight on the live. So guys, I love you. And until next time, bye.